as a human being that deserves health care, housing, education, and a living wage.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a regular person, a waitress, a bartender, a daughter of working-class immigrants, decides to take on one of the most powerful politicians in America and wins? Not with money, not with connections, but with pure conviction, grassroots energy, and an unshakable belief that government should actually work for the people. This isn't fiction. This is the real-life story of a Bronx-born Latina who rewrote the rules of politics with nothing but courage and a clipboard. In a world dominated by billionaires and political dynasties, she walked into the arena with no armor and shook the system from the inside. She wasn't born into power, privilege, or political legacy. She didn't rise through elite networks or inherit a family name that opened doors in Washington. In fact, not long before her name was making headlines, she was serving drinks behind a bar in New York City, helping her mother make ends meet after the death of her father. But in 2018, at just 28 years old, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a political unknown, shocked the nation when she defeated one of the most powerful Democrats in Congress. What followed wasn't just the story of a young woman entering Congress, it was the beginning of a political movement, a generational shift, and a new voice that would both inspire and divide America. This is the remarkable journey of AOC, from the Bronx to the halls of power. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was born on October 13, 1989, in the Bronx, New York, to a working-class Puerto Rican family. Her father, an architect, and her mother, a house cleaner and bus driver, worked hard to build a better life for their children. While she spent her early childhood in the Bronx, her family eventually moved to Yorktown Heights in Westchester County so she could attend better schools. There, she saw the stark contrast between working-class neighborhoods and more affluent communities, an experience that would later shape her understanding of inequality in America. A gifted student, she went on to attend Boston University, majoring in international relations and economics. But during her sophomore year, her father passed away from cancer. His death devastated her family emotionally and financially. After graduation, she returned home, working multiple jobs, including bartending and waitressing, to support her mother and keep the household afloat. During these years, Ocasio-Cortez became increasingly engaged with politics and activism. In 2016, she volunteered for Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign, organizing in places like Flint, Michigan, and Standing Rock, places marked by environmental injustice and government neglect. These experiences radicalized her perspective. She saw firsthand the failures of the system and, more importantly, the potential of grassroots organizing. Still, running for office seemed like an impossible leap. That changed when she was approached by Brand New Congress, a political group looking to recruit working-class people to challenge establishment Democrats. When they asked her to run, she was shocked but intrigued. She agreed, not because she believed she could win, but because she believed her community deserved someone who would fight for them without compromise. Her opponent in the 2018 Democratic primary was Joe Crowley, a 10-term incumbent who hadn't faced a serious challenger in years. He was one of the most powerful figures in the Democratic Party and was even considered a possible future Speaker of the House. Ocasio-Cortez had no major endorsements, no wealthy donors, and no political experience. What she did have was determination, authenticity, and the ability to connect with voters on the ground. While Crowley stayed largely invisible during the campaign, Ocasio-Cortez knocked on doors, rode the subway, and hosted community meetings in both English and Spanish. Her campaign video, filmed on a shoestring budget, went viral online and framed her as the voice of everyday people, not career politicians. On June 26, 2018, the unthinkable happened. Ocasio-Cortez defeated Crowley with 57% of the vote, pulling off one of the biggest upsets in modern American political history. When she arrived in Washington, she didn't play it safe or stay quiet. Instead, she made headlines almost immediately for her bold policy positions and unapologetic tone. She championed the Green New Deal, a sweeping proposal to combat climate change and economic inequality. She called for Medicare for all, tuition-free public college, and a higher minimum wage. She grilled powerful figures during congressional hearings with sharp-pointed questions, and she used social media with the fluency of a generation raised on it, building a massive online following and setting a new standard for political communication. But with visibility came intense scrutiny. Conservatives branded her a radical socialist. Some mainstream Democrats saw her as disruptive. She received threats, faced online harassment, and was often targeted responded in ways that were personal, sexist, and racist. Still, she pressed on, arguing that real change doesn't come from playing it safe, but from speaking uncomfortable truths and challenging the status quo. Despite being one of the youngest members of Congress, Ocasio-Cortez has had an outsized influence on American politics. She has inspired a wave of young, diverse, progressive candidates to run for office, many of whom, like her, come from working-class backgrounds and communities that have long been ignored. She's redefined what it means to be a public servant in the digital age and has pushed the Democratic Party to confront issues it had long tiptoed around, like wealth inequality, police reform, and climate justice. Whether you agree with her politics or not, it's clear that AOC has become one of the most influential voices of her generation. As of today, her political future remains open. Some speculate she could run for Senate. Others wonder if she might one day seek the presidency. But for now, she remains focused on the work, fighting for her district in New York, pushing forward progressive legislation, and continuing to be a disruptive force in American politics. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's journey is far from over. From behind the bar to the floor of Congress, her story is a powerful reminder that no dream is too bold and no voice is too small to be heard. And for a new generation of Americans, she's proof that change doesn't start at the top, it starts at the roots. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe,